Hey guys, Jason Reichard, Crazy Blessed Fishing. Man, it is cold. Holy smokes, it's cold. Anyways, wanted to come out and do this video. I've been telling you guys I'd do this for a little while now. Had a lot of questions on email and on the comments button, on the comments area, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. How I fish an A-rig, what I do to fish an A-rig, how I set up an A-rig, how many baits I run. I've decided to go ahead and just do a video on it. From start to finish, how I set up an A-rig, the A-rig I use, everything about it. So if you guys are ready for this, let's go and do this. All right, so check it out. Here we go with building an A-rig. First off, I like to do no extra blades. I'm not a blade fan. I haven't been. I used a lot of blade on table rock before, and it just didn't work out. Didn't catch any fish. As soon as I went to using non-bladed, my fish went up exponential. So I don't like a bladed A-rig. I run a non-bladed. I run the Hog Farmer. You can see back there, and this is the which one is this? This is the Tactical Bassin Mini Flex Rig. See right there how I rigged this thing. So check this out, guys. This is a whenever it comes, most all A-rigs come put that away to where it don't blow away. First thing I do is almost all your A-rigs come with those swivels and the snaps. So I take my pair of pliers and I'm cutting these snaps right off of here, just like that. So once I get all those snaps off, now you got the swivels. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and change these to split rings. I'm going to take these split rings, me and my sausage fingers here. And the nice thing about the Hog Farmer is it comes with the split rings already in the package to do this. I know a lot of guys don't take the time to do this, but trust me, it makes a world of difference. I may have to get on my glasses here. Maybe not. Let's hope not. I've got nobody laughing about how I can't see anything. Do it, even though it's freezing. And I'm just using a pair of cheapo Bass Pro Shops split ring pliers. These are I use them for everything. Crimping, I mean, they just work. They're cheap, but they work. So now you can see we've got the split rings on there. So now what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead and bend this guy out before we put the hooks on. Now this has 6 wires on it. So your long one's always your center. Then you got your 2 lowers with your other baits. And what I like to do on these, whenever I come up, I'm going to take that top center one, I'm going to put my finger back there and bend it on my finger up. So I've got about a thumb length out there. I'm not bending it right at the back of the head. Then I'm going to take my other dummy and put it at the same place and bend that dummy out there the same way. Then bend that dummy out there the same way. So there are my dummy lures. And what I'm basing that on is on the back of that guy's head. I want to be as straight as I possibly can. Got that one a little bit tweaked over. There. Just like that. We'll leave our one main straight out the back. Take our, bend him down. Take that other guy. And bend him down. So at the end of it, you can see there that all of my bends are approximately right in the same location. And I've got those three coming up, one coming straight out the back. So the hook that I've become fond of is this finesse swim bait head. It's Tactical Bass and finesse swim bait head made by Dirty Jig. And I don't really worry about the color too much. These are the blue ones. These are on sale right now over at Tackle Warehouse, and they're a couple bucks off right now. Absolutely love Tackle Warehouse. So they've got them on sale. I think the sale goes to the 26th. So if you guys are looking for some new reels, some new rods, I know they've got a handful of Mega Bass rods that are down in price. They've got a handful of Shimano reels and luge reels that are down in price, 25–30% off. So you might want to go check that out. Anyways, Tackle Warehouse goes to the 26th. Don't get sponsored by Tackle Warehouse. Just they have what I need when I need it. So I like those guys. That's just all there is to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our hooks on there now. And so we'll get those on the split ring. Now these heads are just a little bit fat, so this takes a little bit of finesse here. Get these guys on here. Trust me, do this at home in the warmth of your house. You'll be much happier. Or in the warmth of your garage, whatever the case may be. But my garage ain't heated yet, so getting there, but it isn't yet. Okay. So there we are. All finished, all hooked up, split ringed on. Got our little keepers. So let's grab some baits. So I'm going to rig this one up with a Sexy Shad color. Sexy Shad 4.5s. Sexy Shad 3s. And Sexy Shad 4s. Okay. So I have a Sexy Shad 3 that's opened already. See here. Yeah, okay. So pull out 3 of these sexy shad 3.5s. These are the Kitech Easy Shiner. How we're going to do this is the easiest way to put them on these keepers is to just push them on there and push the whole thing up good and tight and just spin it on, just like that. And what you're going to want to do is make sure that it's going to be the way it's going to run. So just like that, and make sure that thing's hanging right. So it's going to run just like that. Make it easy. Shove another one on there. And like I say, really push them up on there, bunch them up, and it'll go right on. Otherwise, you can struggle with this for a while. So again, put him on how he's going to run. Make sure he's straight. And I mean, you've got a little bit of wiggle room, but what I like to do is make sure that that loop is exactly 90 degrees off the other keeper loop and pull that thing straight back off that screw. Put your last one on, and you'll notice all my dummy baits, I'm doing 3.5 inch. I can do 3s, I can do 3.5s. 3.5s are a little bit easier. On the micro, I'll run 3s. On these minis, I like to run 3.5 just because they're easier to deal with. So again, same thing. Gonna make sure that that's 90 degrees off of that circle there. Let me see if I can get it up closer. There you go. So you can see that's 90 degrees off of that circle where that tail's hanging straight. And then we're gonna take our 4 inches. I take 2 4-inchers. You can do them with different colors. I'm OCD, so I tend to do them all the same color just because that's who I am, but it doesn't really matter. And what you're going to do is you're going to take and measure that guy and see where he should come out. Right there. I'm just going to push him in there. And take your time here because you're going to want to make sure these guys are straight. So take your time putting these guys on. Get them on there good and straight. Just like that. And there's one. There's 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a 4.5. So I went from 3.5 to 4 to 4.5. On my middle back one. On that center one, I'm going 4.5. There's that guy out right there. So now then, you can see how that guy's hanging straight, hanging straight, hanging straight. So what you're left with then is you can see those little dummy baits up top. And when we hang it like that, you can see them all squared up. So I got my main dummy baits up top because you're only allowed to fish with 3 hooks on Table Rock and in Missouri. Same thing out in California. Most states, I believe, are 3. Check your regulations. So what I've done is I went with 3.5s, easier to get on. You can go with 3s on the micro rig, but on this mini, I would go with 3.5s. Then I do 4s on my bottom 2. And the one they normally eat is this one stringing straight back, and that 4.5 is what they normally eat. But anyways, guys, that's how I do that. And like I say, big thing to take away is don't bend it right up against the body. And like I say, make your bends and just take your time with the whole thing. Take your time, get it right, and you'll fish with this. I'll catch 5, 6, 7 fish on this before I ever change that middle one even. And then usually all I'm ever changing is that middle one, unless I put it up for a while or I want to change bait colors. Now I know a lot of guys fish with different bait colors. Like I say, I'm OCD. I like all the same color. I like to be able to grab it up and go, but that's just me. And normally for table rock and bull shoals, I'm fishing either Tennessee shad or sexy shad. Main 2 colors I go with. I'll do an electric shad from here and there, but normally that's what I'm doing. So that's that portion of it. So line with these micro flexes. So line with the micros and the minis. Ooh, it's cold. Yeah, my pockets are warm because I got my hand warmers in there. Tell you guys, as cheap as those things are, they're nice to have on the boat. Anyways, so line, whenever I'm throwing a mini or the micro, I'm using 15-pound Invis-X. And I buy it by the big spool of it. And that's that Cigar 15-pound Invis-X. That's my, I guess I shouldn't shake it in front of there. Anyways, that's my go-to for running those smaller A-rigs. It works. So that's what I use. And so when I get down to that, the rod and reel that I'm using, this is my spinning bait rod. It's mainly all I use it for. It's got telling you about that reel sale. They've got this reel for, I think, $224, I think, right now. It's the Lew's titanium. And man, I'll tell you what, I love this reel. This thing is just amazing. It's a great reel. And I think it's like $225 right now or something. It's really cheap for what it is. I think it's normally $3.99. So definitely, if you're in the market for a nice reel, that's a really nice reel that's on sale right now. So I digress. Anyways, I paired that up. I bought this on sale as well. You know, fine with me. I try stuff when it's on sale because I know what I like. But this is the Abu Garcia Fantastica Premier. And man, I'm telling you what, for throwing spinner baits, I love this thing. And I really like it as well for throwing this micro or mini A-rig. And this is a 7'3" medium heavy. Absolutely just love this. It's super light. And like I say, throwing that A-rig with it, it's the ticket. I mean, it really is. So that's what I'm throwing it on, guys. So like that, I also throw it on a Dobbins. Set up. That's a Bass Pro Carbon Fiber Light, Carbon Light 2.0, and that's a Dobbins SA734C. It's a 7'3", and it's a 4 power, so it's a little bit stiffer. Whenever I lived out west, I lived like a mile from the Dobbins factory. Pretty cool. So I got a lot of rods from them when I was out there. Don't do as much Dobbins now, but I did a lot when I was there. So anyways, that's one of their cheaper brands. I think they still make it. It's a Sierra series. Pretty nice rod. Very budget friendly. This is basically whenever somebody goes fishing with me and they need to throw an A-rig, this is what they're throwing. And so you can see it's rigged up the same way, but again, it's a medium heavy action rod, 7'3". So, you know, parallel there, same thing. What I'm finding on table rock is the 6-bait seems to work better than the Micro 5. Now I'm sure in the spring the Micro 5 will work just as good as the Mini, but right now I'm catching 5-to-1 fish on the Mini versus the Micro. So where I've been fishing this, guys, is anywhere from 25 to 40 foot of water. There needs to be trees around, but I'm not necessarily pulling them off the trees on the active target. I'm watching this thing, and it's right on the bottom, so it's probably about a foot and a half off the bottom, and that's where I'm fishing it. And you'll see those fish rise off the bottom and just come right up and grab it. I mean, you're not really throwing at a target, you're throwing it and just retrieving it back just off the bottom. You want to be around some trees, but you're not necessarily fishing in the trees. So what I'm doing whenever I'm casting out, if I've got trees sticking up in the water, I'm reeling it pretty good and letting it fall just at the tree, and then just starting to take off right above. That's just the way it's been working. I haven't caught any out of the tops of trees. I've got none coming out of the tops of trees. They're all coming out of the base of the tree, or after, halfway between trees, things like that, off the bottom. But they're definitely relating to the bottom. So like I said, the Tackle Warehouse, if you guys are looking for stuff, like I said, I'm not sponsored by Tackle Warehouse. I don't get anything out of it. I just like the guys. They've got a year-long return policy on their rods and reels. If you don't like it, you buy it. You don't like it, you can return it. They'll give you credit, or they'll put it right back on your card. The other thing that I like about them is you're only about 2 or 3 days out from getting your stuff, and it's not secondary stuff. It's, you know, it's the brand that you're actually buying. It's not Chinese crap. It's actually a good, decent brand. You know, like with Amazon, you just never really know what you're going to get. With Tackle Warehouse, you know what you're going to get. So like I say, check that out. They've got a lot of stuff on sale, a lot of name brand stuff on sale right now for their spring sale. It's 25% off, but like I say, go check their clearance stuff and see what you can find there. Like I say, they got some Mega Bass rods, they've got some Shimano rods, they got some Shimano reels, they got Lew's reels, they've got a bunch of stuff. I'm a Shimano reel guy. I've just gotten into the Lew's reel stuff and really like them. I mean, they're a solid reel. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, you know, I really appreciate you guys asking all the questions and wanting to learn, and that's really awesome. I really appreciate it. If I can't get back to you right away, I've got a lot of new of my real work projects starting, so I'm a little bit slow sometimes, but I'll try and get back to you guys within a day or two at the most. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I do have stickers coming. I've been asked. I'm going to have stickers and sweatshirts coming. I know it's a little bit late in the year for sweatshirts, but I will have some sweatshirts coming, and I'll try and get some t-shirts going as well. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing, I really would like it if you'd hit the subscribe button. I'm not telling you have to, but if you would, that'd be great. And if you don't, that's fine too. Just keep asking the questions. Let's keep learning. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a blessed week. We'll talk to you soon.